going on? We are live. Alright guys, today I've got an interesting topic for you. It is, should I be lifting heavy or should I be lifting light weights? And the purpose of this topic is to actually give you guys a bit more insight and direction when it comes to lifting weights, okay? Now I know there's a lot of people in here that are beginners or intermediate or even advanced trainers that are not sure if they should be lifting heavy or lighter weights. So by the end of this live stream, I'm hoping by the end of it, you guys know which direction to take, when to lift heavy, when to hit lightweight, if you should lift heavy, if you should lift heavier or lighter weights too. So I'm going to be going through with you and helping you. Okay, but first of all, if you guys have jumped in, don't forget to say hi, don't forget to drop in the comments what you guys want to see more of, because your boy is going to be helping you daily. These daily live streams are going off, they're going nuts and we're killing it. Okay, now let's talk about, should you lift heavy? Yes. Should you lift lighter weights? Yes. So I've answered that question for you, but that's not it. When should you lift heavy? Why should you lift heavy? Let's talk about those things, okay? Let's talk about when you should lift heavy. And let's talk about our goals, okay? Now, if we want to build muscle, okay, it is imperative that we work with the muscle stimulus, which is basically what does your muscle respond to for growth, okay? So when it comes to muscle growth, we want to lift heavy because we need to challenge the muscle. In order for our muscles to grow, the wear and tear on the muscle is also going to cause microscopic tears, which is in turn going to promote growth, which we need. It's perfect. Okay. Now, when we think about lifting heavy, what are the implications of actually lifting heavy? Why should you lift heavy and why should you not lift heavy? Okay, because of course we always have to look at the negatives before we look at the positives, right? So we're gonna know why we shouldn't be lifting heavy first. So when it comes to lifting heavy, we can be injuring ourselves. I think the number one thing and the biggest thing that people get scared of when it comes to lifting heavy is injury, okay? So they're like, look, there's no reason to lift heavy because you can injure yourself. But then we can also fix that with good form and technique, right? So we all know lifting heavy also can over time provide wear and tear on our joints. So then we also have protective equipment that can help us as well too. So there's always a counter for every single thing, okay? Yes, lifting heavy has its benefits. So I've just talked about the negatives. Injury is gonna put you out for a while and also wear and tear. However, what are the positives of lifting heavy? Some of the positives of lifting heavy are just over the top of my head. Is strength, stronger bones, stronger muscles, overall feeling good. That feeling you get from lifting a heavy weight or breaking a pencil base is like no other, okay? It's very euphoric and that's what exercise offers, you know? So, you get muscle growth, you get that euphoric feeling, like nothing better than that, okay? So those are things that you guys gotta weigh in for yourself. Look, is that feeling of being like feeling good, hitting those goals, feeling confident, okay? Does that outweigh the negatives of, you know, a potential chance of injury, and of course, you know, wear and tear on your joints, which you can prevent as well too, okay? As long as you're up to date with your nutrition, as long as you're lifting well, keeping your form and technique, and always switch on while you're lifting too, okay? Now, when I say lifting heavy, you do not have to be lifting 1 rep max every day at the gym, okay? Now, depending on your goal, let's say you were going into a powerlifting competition, and that was your goal specifically. Your goal is purely performance based. So as long as you are getting those big numbers, you're good. When it comes to bodybuilding, yes, you need to lift heavy to build muscle, but you don't need to be lifting at your sub-maximal. Okay, you don't even need to be lifting about 80, even 90% of your max in order for you to be growing muscle. You can be still lifting at 65 to 70%, which is heavy. There's a very low chance of injury, and you're still gonna be kicking goals. So these are some of the things for you to take into consideration. Of course, if you are powerlifting, you are gonna be more prone to injury because it is performance based, and sometimes there's certain things that we just can't control, especially when we get into beast mode, put our headphones in and we're about to hit some goals and targets where we actually push beyond our limits, okay? Now, I just covered lifting heavy. Let's talk about lifting lighter weight. What are the benefits of lifting lighter weight? Can I get stronger? Can I build muscle lifting lighter weights? Tell you what, yes you can. You can actually, there's a place and purpose for everything, like I said, as long as it's done in moderation, okay? You lifting lighter weights all the time eventually is going to not only obviously lead to, I guess, muscle growth to a certain point, but eventually body's gonna get used to that and you're probably gonna stop getting all the benefits from that. However, it isn't good to include it into your training program. Some muscle groups are smaller, they require lighter weight and a more efficient form. An example is if I was targeting my rear delts, for instance, and I was going to a reverse fly. I'm not going to be lifting 50 kilos reverse fly. It's going to do me no good. At that point, my form triumphs over the load. And for me to be able to use a 5 to 10 kilo doing a reverse fly or behind the back rear delt raise, where I'm going to be able to actually send a good amount of weight or load to my rear delts, it's going to be more beneficial for me to lift lighter weights. So there's a time and place for everything. Ideally as well too, there's something that you guys love, which is the pump, okay? Makes you feel good, you get that euphoric feeling, muscles feel like they're gonna burst. However, the pump is not only just good for one thing. Now there's something else when it comes to muscle building, which is called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, which is basically us increasing our muscle glycogen uptake, okay? And you can actually achieve that, which is a muscular hypertrophy standpoint from using lighter weights, okay? Gerja says, my legs are weak and my knees have cracking noise. What exercise the best for legs to begin with? Upper body is way better. All right, let's so quickly talk about your issue, Gerja, okay? So, legs, you have big compound movement. You're saying your legs are weak, your knees have a cracking noise. First of all, if you are going to be training legs, I would basically recommend some protective equipment, knee sleeves to keep those knees nice and warm, because again, you're gonna make sure you protect at all costs. If you guys need some good knee sleeves, check out kxkfitness.com, use my code KBD10, okay, and save. So your knees aren't feeling good, you're getting a cracking noise while you're lifting, make sure you see a physio, because they are the experts in that. Make sure you get scanned, make sure you check it out, make sure it's all right, make sure you have the okay to lift. Now, exercises I personally would do, me personally, lunge is one of my favorite, but it is very high impact on our knees, so I'll probably avoid that. I will still go for some nice little squat movements, but I would not go for a barbell squat because there's too much control needed. I'll be using something ideally like a hack squat. I would ideally, so a hack squat over there, or you can even go for a higher hack squat if the impact, if you're not feeling the tension on there. Now I'll work with time and attention and control, and I'll still work with the progressive overload. So I'll slowly increase that weight over the period of time, okay? Well, I'm still getting a heavy load on my weight. I'm not gonna keep the weight light. However, I'll still be going for a higher rep range, so about 10 to 12 reps. I hope something like that can help you. I'll still work with my leg extensions, my hamstring curls, my leg press as well too, using the same principles of progressive overload. Even a great way you can actually do a nice little progressive overload set, okay? Engage it, this will benefit you. If you work every single set in 25, 15, 10, 8, 6, okay? And after every single set, you increase the weight. You're gonna find a nice little progressive overload there. You're gonna find that you don't need to go extremely heavy to be able to challenge your muscles to work at its almost submaximal capacity. So I hope this helps you. The pleasure is mine. That's what I'm here for. All right, guys, I just want to say a big thank you for joining the stream. Massive shout out to Graph, all the donations and continuous donations. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for my daily uploads. It's gonna be epic today. Got a sick one. Get ready, guys. The boy is out. Peace.